The situation with Fousey keeps deteriorating. His mental state has reached a point where he's even resorting to hitting his own employees. But how did things escalate to this point, and what is affecting Fousey's mental state so intensely? Let's take a closer look. Fousey's mental state has been in a continuous decline. To start, he went live, alleging that Adin Ross and Sneeko are part of the Illuminati and claiming he was breaking the Matrix. He displayed a whiteboard with their names, along with other prominent personalities, linking them to this conspiracy.
This is getting bad.
We want to take this off?
This is bad.
I think Nadeem should have intervened on this, bro.
Yeah, this is bad.
Hold it for me and give it to me, okay?
This is bad.
Then he did something even stranger. He suddenly disappeared, causing his family to panic and once again become the center of attention. His family posted on Twitter that they had lost contact with him after he missed his flight to Atlanta. He then went live after his family had been searching for him all day, tearfully saying that this would probably be the last day we'd see him. This was interpreted as a sign that he might need to return to the mental hospital.
What my spidey senses are telling me is this is probably the last day you're gonna see me. It's only a matter of time until they get my location, and once they get my location, there's not really much you can do. And I can deadass cry saying that. So I'm gonna ask y'all, because nobody knows my location right now, nobody has the Addy, fuck y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all, can I hang out with y'all tonight as Yusuf, just me, and not have to be the character I've been on the internet for so many years? And just give me that one night. Whatever, I'll leave. The internet wants me gone anyways, always, I'll leave, but just give me one night as myself. I'll literally be chill, I'll just talk.
Earlier this month, he was streaming with Adin Ross and Sneeko, behaving completely out of control.
You were closer to 9 than 8.
You were 18 when he was like an 8-year-old. I was 18 when you were 10. Dog, I need to act as such. Respect your elders, y'all! Yeah, so to go on to what you were asking me, do I, what was the question? Okay.
He even insulted Adin Ross, saying that the doctor who scammed him looks like a short, fat version of Adin Ross.
He had
A short, fat version of you. Great.
Throughout the session, it was obvious that both Adin Ross and Sneeko were visibly uncomfortable with Fousey's behavior. They exchanged uneasy glances and often attempted to steer the conversation in a different direction, but Fousey's unpredictable actions and remarks made it difficult for them to keep things under control. But what he did next came as a shock to many people. He unexpectedly fired part of his team, leaving everyone stunned. His decision seemed abrupt and out of nowhere, and it raised questions.
Hey Joey, I'm sorry this is abrupt. Good morning, by the way. Once they get here, you're gonna be sent home, so you can, like, when she finds out, you can ask her, thank you for your time, but I don't need you here anymore.
He also told his manager to enjoy their new job at Chuck E. Cheese and to take good pictures with Mickey.
You or Rain. Yeah, this isn't Chuck E. Cheese, it's G7. Have fun at your Chuck E. Cheese job, though. Take good pictures with Mickey. Thank you so much, I'm gonna sleep. Have a good night. You guys can all leave. Mia's just doing her job.
After that, he was seen literally throwing his manager out of his house.
No, Adam Johnson, because you get the fuck out of my house. What? Try to come in my face and I paid for with a job that was gonna change your life. Yeah, because you ain't worth shit.
But this is where things got messier. While he was throwing him out, he kept insulting him. The situation took a much darker turn when he attempted to fight his manager after he talked back to him in response to his insults. When he was eventually stopped, he continued to hurl curse words at his employees, refusing to back down from his aggressive behavior.
Go work at Chuck E. Cheese, faggot. Suck my fucking dick. Come here, make me something. Really? Suck your dick.
He even went so far as to insult Keemstar, stating that if it weren't for him, he would be a broke white boy. He called Keemstar a buffoon who is ugly as hell and has no talent.
You're white in Buffalo, New York, with ugly as shit, no talent, no nothing.
Keemstar responded to this provocation by saying that whoever is gaslighting Fousey into thinking he's cooking needs to stop. He emphasized that the only thing that is truly cooked is Fousey's brain. And that's not the worst of it. In a stream with his therapist online, Fousey could be seen attempting to have a conversation with her. The therapist was trying to discuss Fousey's problematic behavior, but Fousey seemed more interested in expressing his own thoughts and feelings. He focused on how he believed everyone was spitting on him and turning against him, dismissing the therapist's guidance in favor of voicing his grievances.
Managing your time, you're not managing your principles. That's the worst of it, you're right.
No, the worst of it is, even after they as they did, the way they're talking to me is treating me like I'm a guy on the street that they spit on.
His therapist tried to talk sense into him, mentioning that Fousey had called her and sounded like he wanted to come clean about everything. However, it became clear that all he really wanted to do was talk about himself, completely disregarding the therapist's attempts to guide the conversation toward his issues.
You called me. I get you want to complain about others. I only want to talk about you.
Okay.
You're important.
Can I speak?
You're important.
He then proceeded to say that if he wasn't allowed to talk about himself, he couldn't talk about the people around him. He expressed that the people surrounding him were not the right people for him, suggesting that they did not understand or support him in the way he needed.
If I'm allowed to speak about me, then I'm allowed to talk about the things around me. The people around me aren't the right people for me. Simple.
Throughout the live stream where he was talking to his therapist, he was constantly seen lashing out at her and refused to listen to any of her words.
You don't disrespect him. I don't speak with anybody disrespectfully.
You're not the king. You're not a king.
I'm a human. I'm a human. I'm a human. I'm a human.
Now, this is where things get interesting. Following the stream in which he got into a fight with his manager, Fousey ended up getting banned from Kick. Now, the darker side of his mentality kicked in again. Whenever he finds himself in a scandal, he tends to return by apologizing and crying about it. Shortly after he was banned from Kick, he went online, crying and expressing that he was under so much stress. This familiar pattern of behavior has become a hallmark of his response to controversy.
Look, I'm gonna try my best not to cry. I've been under so much stress because I promised Eddie and Akil I wouldn't crash out like last year.
According to him, he can't even remember the last 24 hours. After calming down, he now realizes the extent of the disaster he's caused.
And I don't even remember the last 48 hours now that I'm out of it. And now that I calmed down, I'm realizing all the destruction that I caused. And this happens to me all the time. I'm not even gonna sit here and say sorry.
He also said that now that his adrenaline has worn off and he's come back to reality, he feels terrible about what he's done. However, he promised that he is much better now, expressing a commitment to improving his behavior moving forward.
Now that my adrenaline dumped and I'm back to Yusuf, and I open Twitter and I see what Fousey did, I'm like, I feel so much better now though. I feel free. I feel so free.
While Fousey continues to cycle through episodes of erratic behavior, you can check out why Rosanna Pansino might be facing prison time soon for defamation here.